when you think about human history, much of it has been spent in societies that did not have any state institutions. In such situations, you have essentially no ability for liberty to flourish because there is no protection for the weak, and most conflicts are resolved by norms, traditions, and the power structures that those create. And there's also no possibility for education, public services, organized cooperation that will go beyond tribes or small groups. That is really limiting for the kinds of ideas that we embed in the notion of liberty today. But when finally states make their appearance in human history, they are in the form of top-down institutions that are despotically trying to reshape history in the wishes of their rulers and elites. And again, that's completely inconsistent with our understanding of liberty. So it's sort of miraculous that over time, liberty has evolved and we have built both institutional and societal ways of both demanding and protecting liberty. And the secret of that is really neither society nor state, but it's their cooperation and competition. From the state, we get everything that is about law and public services, any sort of notion that we can regulate and prevent the powers of those that are too powerful or acting too despotically, too dominant. And from society, we get everything that comes from social mobilization that controls those state institutions. And both of those are critical because without one of them, we're going to go back to the conditions of pre-state societies, or without societies monitoring and vigilance, we're going to go back to the despotic states. But it's not just competition, it's also cooperation, because when society and state cooperate, and that again requires that they are on equal footing, then we have this process of both the state's capacity deepening and society's ability to participate in politics, especially participate in an institutionalized manner, that is also advancing. It's that process that's somehow miraculous, and it has at times really brought a process of liberty expanding over time that is, during other periods of human history, completely unparalleled. The narrow corridor is the space squeezed in between the area taken by societies being too weak, too meek, too prostrate against a dominant state, versus the state institutions being weak, non-existent, or dysfunctional. Squeezed in between them is where the conditions for liberty to emerge are present. So the narrow corridor really captures three notions that are critical in this. One is that it's squeezed in between, just like a corridor. Second, that it is narrow because these conditions are not really spontaneously erupting during all periods in an easy way. It really takes work to make the institutions that protect liberty work and endure. But it's also a corridor to capture the idea that building liberty is a process. You don't build liberty by just saying kings are constrained and there is a parliament. It is a long journey that will increase the ability of society to participate in politics, provide rights and respect for every segment of society. First, it's going to be just the male elites, the middle classes, then the working classes, then the women, then the minorities. It's all part of this long journey, and the corridor is really capturing that long process that's going to hopefully go on for a while.